Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Howell over at Happy Howell Home, and today we're talking about what to do when you get negative comments from people about homeschooling. I haven't been homeschooling a whole lot, so I haven't been exposed to as many comments and concerns, probably, and questions that some of you veteran moms have faced, but I have already gotten a few of those kind of the looks or the talk at church. Talk to Mrs. So and so. She tried to homeschool and she'll tell you what it's all about. Or, oh, you're busy enough already. Adding homeschool into the mix? You're crazy. Or comments of, but you live in a great school district. And what they don't realize is that homeschooling for us is not about not having a good school district. It's not about trying to prove something that we can handle it. It's not about any of those things. It's about answering a call that God put in our heart to homeschool our child, to give him a biblical foundation that is going to carry him through the rest of his life. There are some wonderful schools in our area. There are both private schools and private Christian schools and public schools, but we prayed about it, and we just didn't feel like that was the place for him in this season. I listened to a homeschooler preaching one night, and he said, if your families come to you with questions, understand it's coming out of a place of love. Typically, people are coming from it in a genuine place of love, and the response that you need to give to them is, if you have concerns, why don't you pray for me? Pray with me as I continue through this journey, and if God does not want us to do this, then pray that He will give us a clear direction into what we need to do. And typically, as they pray through that, they're going to see, you know what, it's okay. They may not. If they're not people of faith, that might not be as good an answer, but that's something that we definitely have said to people. We are not against public school. Both my husband and I graduated from public school. My mom was a public school teacher for years and years and years and years and years. But like I said, this is something that we felt not only that we wanted to do, but something that we really needed to do. And it felt more than just something that we just did on a whim. We talked about this before we were even married. And homeschooling has been on my heart for a very, very long time. So I try to look at where their heart is coming from, and know that typically it's from a place of love. And then if they share a faith, I say, pray with me about that. Pray with us as we continue on through this. So I think that's kind of it. That's kind of how we're dealing with it right now. And thankfully, luckily, we haven't had a lot of negative comments, but we have kind of rebutted that with, if you have concerns, pray with us. We also talk about what we're doing, how we're meeting those academic standards, and those social skills, and some of the things we're involved in to meet those. And typically, once people see that we're actually doing actual schoolwork, and we're not just sitting around watching Netflix all day, they tend to kind of settle down, and then I engage with them and say, what are some of your concerns? I feel that you're upset, or that you have questions, or I sense that you're maybe worried about this. Is there anything I can answer for you? And we have found that has really kind of helped put out some of the fires that people have, and some of the strong kind of upset that we get when we say that we're homeschooling. Overall, we have had a lot of positive comments. When my husband tells people at work that we are homeschooling, he's been met with a lot of positive comments. And again, we just kind of ride out the negative ones and help them understand what we're doing and how it works, so that a lot of times fear comes from a place of misunderstanding. So that's kind of what we've done. So I'm going to open up this juice pack and talk to you later. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.